Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a progress update. So I will be doing these weekly going forward through the duration of this mini cut. And I'm just going to give you guys the update on what I accomplished in the past week, what changes or modifications we might be making, and then I'll also share with you guys my actual photos and weight and all my updates that I send to my coach too. So you guys can kind of see what the process is and also just like what's going on for the week. So first things first, I did my check-in this morning. I weighed in at 157.6, which was not my lowest for the week, but I did have a heavy leg workout yesterday with my coach, and I pretty much am always up at least, I mean, honestly, it was less than a pound bump up, and usually I'm up like 3 pounds. So I actually consider that a win. Um, and I did my progress photos. Those look really good. I actually didn't really know what to expect because it's been little over, I guess almost 3 weeks since I've actually done progress photos, coming back, having food poisoning, having a week of recovery, and then this week of just getting into it. So these are my first official check-in photos back home, and I'm pretty happy with them actually. I wouldn't say they're my best photos ever. You can always be super nitpicky about how you look and like your personal preferences. So, I'm excited to see improvements and to get through this cut. But I think given my weight and how I look in these photos, I am really happy. So we'll throw those up here on the screen for you guys to take a look. I do have some good quad definition that I'm proud of. I mean, it's pretty much baked in there at this point. My quads aren't going anywhere. I still have a lot of definition in the backside, not as sharp through the glutes and hamstrings, but like pretty freaking good. And upper body, I mean, I definitely lean down more in my upper body first. So um, that's looking really good as well. And my waist. So I mentioned in the last video that I had a freak out moment that my waist had really just felt like it was expanded so much after my trip and after food poisoning. And then literally within a few days of just being back in my routine, getting my walks in, eating my normal foods at home, my waist dropped like 1.5 inches. So I'm still sitting at 27.5 inches on my waist. And like I said before in the last video, one of my goals is to maybe bring that down about 1/2 inch to maybe even a full inch. We'll see. I'm going to do my best. Okay, so I went ahead and actually plugged in all these numbers. I'm maintaining my own little personal side spreadsheet. I actually like handwritten notes and even like spreadsheet style stuff versus apps personally, because when I started my fitness journey, like this kind of technology really didn't exist. So people really did keep like notebooks. So I don't know, maybe call me old school, but I'm also kind of a visual person. So I like to have things out in front of me. So I plugged in, I've been tracking my exercise activity on my watch very diligently, start to finish with my cardio and also my lifting sessions. And I take those numbers and I put them into my spreadsheet by the day. And I added everything up. So my weekly exercise expenditure was 2,566 calories, which I'm happy about. So we'll see how that increases over the next several weeks. I know that keeping that activity up is going to play a huge role in my ability to lean down because, truthfully, there is a lot more room for me to add activity, and I don't want to have to cut my calories further than I have to because I like food. So I mentioned in the first video I think I'm getting over it, but I have a lot of diet resistance. Like I don't want to be in a calorie deficit, but I want to lean down. So how you feel isn't reality. You just kind of have to suck it up and just do it. Do what you have to do. But my calories right now are very doable. And I think the balance of energy expenditure versus my intake is pretty good right now. So okay, so weekly energy expenditure through exercise 2,566. I am in a moderate calorie deficit, probably about 150 calorie deficit at this point. I had 5 high days on my meal plan, which is about 18, I think it was 1890, and then 2 low days. My high weights when I started was, I believe it was 61.4, maybe been 61.8. I have to go back and look. Um, my low this week was 156.8, and that was 2 days ago, or yesterday. And then this morning I woke up just a bit higher. So, and I attribute that to just soreness. So my soreness, so a couple things that I check in with my clients and what I do for myself is I don't just look at did you lose weight or not. There's so many other factors that play a role into how are you progressing. So I always ask questions to my clients. How is your stress? How is your sleep? How is your digestion? How are your hunger levels? How's your water been? Anything new or different from the previous week? And then we can take all of that information and make adjustments. So my soreness this week, usually I have like a spike in soreness and then it kind of improves. This week, because it's been my first full week like really getting after it, I'm just like perpetually sore. And specifically in my glute ham tie-in and my glute max are the most sore areas. That just seems to keep going. It hasn't gotten any better. So we'll see how that goes. My sleep has improved significantly. In fact, last night I had an amazing night's sleep and just good, long, restful nights. I wake up feeling refreshed, so that is a huge win. Digestion has been really good. Yesterday I noticed a little bit of slowing, but it could just be, I think my water intake was a little bit low yesterday too. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. It's nothing too crazy right now, but my digestion overall has been pretty good. So pretty much all the markers everything's just improved. It's been overall a good week. So I will send all of this information and a couple other notes to my coach and see if we have any changes for this week, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. And then for me, for my training, what I have decided to do with my training, I previously mentioned I was doing a 4-day split, potentially adding a 5th day, and I have decided to add that 5th day. So my training split now going forward is going to be, so today, Sunday, is going to be my full body day, and I will share with you guys that workout here at Fit Club today. I'll put some clips up in this video. So I'll have a full body day. I'm going to have a back and delts day, glutes and quads, a delts and arms day, and then glutes, hams. So body parts that I'll be hitting more frequently will be glutes and delts. Those will get 3 touches a week. Back, quads, hams are going to get 2 touches a week. Everything else is just 1. And then I'm going to alternate abs and calves. Like every other day, I'll do abs, and then off days, calves. So those are 2 muscle groups that I have been slacking on. And so my tip for you, if you are somebody who is slacking on something specific with your training, whether it is stretching, the calves, abs, doing your cardio, whatever that is that you seem to avoid, this is my number 1 tip. Do it first. Don't worry about anything else. Just force yourself to do it. It's the first thing you do when you go into the gym. If stretching is your thing that you don't do, the mobility stuff, do not allow yourself to do anything else until you get that done. If you're like me and like calves have gone to the wayside, that is the first thing I walk in. I go straight to the calf machine and don't pass go, don't collect $200, all the stuff, right? Just make sure that you get it done. So that's going to be my training split for the next probably 6 weeks. I am somebody who I can progress quite far with my training programming. So I've done training blocks that have gone 8 to 10 weeks, even longer, frankly, because I do utilize a lot of other hypertrophy techniques in my training that are not, that don't require me to go heavy. And I think that's a key differentiator between people who are constantly, their only form of progressive overload is, adding weights. But as you become intermediate and advanced, it's it's not realistic for you to add weight every single week. So you need to utilize other tools to progress and to get that hypertrophy response that you want. So I'm going to do this program for 6 weeks, see how I feel. I don't get bored of basics, you guys. I love to master things, and your form can always be improved. Your technique can always be improved. So that is the game plan for this coming week. We're going to do a 5-day split. I also have travel later this week. So I will be recording a video for you guys on how I maintain this mini cut and my programming through my travel. My travel is 4 days, Friday through Monday. I will be in Dallas for the FMG First USA Pro-Am, and very excited to attend that. It's going to be an amazing show. I know we have athletes coming in from all over the world to compete in this show in Dallas. So it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a big event. There's going to be a lot going on, but it's still going to be really important for me to hit my nutrition targets and get my training in and my cardio and everything done. I'm very fortunate right now. I'm not at the low of lows of calories. I'm not at the high of highs of exercise. So, you know, that's going to give me a lot more flexibility on this trip. It would be a lot more difficult if I was, say, on like 1,300 calories, an hour and a half of cardio a day, and an hour of training. Like if I was at that level, there is like a whole other level of planning that gets involved in that. I am planning on having at least one out meal with some friends while I'm there. So that will get factored into everything as well. But that's also really another reason why it's so important for me to really keep things locked in through the whole week leading up to that trip, because I know I'll probably have a little bit of deviation next weekend. But otherwise, everything's looking really good. Week 1 is in the books. We're starting week 2 of this mini cut, and I will keep you guys updated as we go along.